Thanks for watching another episode of My Wisconsin Backyard, the online digital-first series from Milwaukee PBS. I'm Brian Ewing.
And I'm Tracy Newman. Today we're at the Wauwatosa Curling Club, and we're going to teach you more about this sport.
Listen to the lungs.
Then we'll take you out to the country and find out what it takes to be a large animal veterinarian.
And we'll introduce you to some wheelchair basketball players who say anyone can play this sport.
All right, let's get right to it. This week on the show.
No, wait. I've got some letters that some viewers sent us, so I want to read these.
Oh, fan mail, cool.
Well, this one says, Dear Brian and Tracy, I really like your show, except for the guy and his clothes. I think he needs to dress a little better. I did tell you to wear a jacket today. What are you wearing?
That's me?
Yeah.
Okay, well, let's read another one.
Okay. Dear Brian and Tracy, I really like the stories you do, except for that guy.
What? Is that me?
That's
Wait.
You again.
These are pretty specific. Let's find a better one.
I'm not reading this.
Why not? Go ahead and read it, Tracy.
No,
Yeah.
I don't think so. I think we should just go right to the show.
I want to see what it says.
No, I think we'll skip this one.
Why would they say this?
That was insane. Clip that.
The history of curling goes back to curling on frozen rivers and lakes in Scotland. It's grown exponentially in the past, at least 5 years, ever since the U.S. won gold at the Olympics. It's seen a big boom in the States. It's been described as chess on ice, so an understanding of the strategy and an understanding of you're always thinking a couple shots ahead. So curling, it's played with 4-member teams. You play against another team, so 8 people on the ice at once. 2 rocks per person for a total of 8 rocks per team. You play 8 ends typically. An end is like an inning in baseball. And you go back and forth. You alternate shots with the other team, and then you also rotate positions. So you might throw 2 stones, and then you sweep. The only person that doesn't sweep is the skip, who's calling the strategy at the other end of the house. The house is the target, the bullseye that you see on the ice. And once you're done throwing all 8 stones of yours and all 8 of the opponents, you count up how many rocks are in the house, which is the bullseye, and the closest to the center before your opponent's rock scores. Only one team gets to score, and you can score up to 8 points or just 1. This is your typical curling stone. On average, they weigh about 42 pounds. It's made of granite, and it comes from the island of Ailsa Craig, just off the coast of Scotland. You have your striking band on the side, your handle up top, and the running surface on the bottom is only about a 1/4 inch wide right here. That's the only part that touches the ice. And the ice is textured in a pebbled kind of way, unlike hockey ice, which is Zambonied flat. We put a texture of pebble on it to give the rocks the ability to travel the entire distance, about 150 feet. To deliver the rock, you figure out right or left-handed. I'm right-handed, so my right foot goes in the starting block, which we call a hack. So you'll squat like a catcher in baseball. Right hand on the stone, left hand for your stabilizer or your broom. Find out where you're throwing, align your shoulders to where you're going to throw. You're going to want to bring your hips up, lean back to get your weight back, and then push with your right foot, slide onto your left. The sweeping will help you keep the stone moving straighter and moving farther. So as soon as you let it go, it's going to want to slow down. But the idea with sweeping is to melt just a very fine layer on the top of the ice so the rock can't grip it and slow down or curl. So it's a 12-foot house. The rings have no value. Scoring is determined by the rocks that are closest to the center before your opponent. So this yellow rock is closest. This red rock is second closest, meaning that yellow gets 1 point because they are the closest before their opponent's rock. So if I move this rock out to here, say it bumps that one, rolls off to the side. This one is technically still on the house rings, even just by a sliver, but there is one 2 yellows closest to the center before this red rock, which means yellow would grab 2 points. In curling, you'll see different types of shots. So you'll see guards, like that red one, which will be out front. Then you'll see what are called draws, which are slower shots, which try to get to certain areas maybe behind the red, like this yellow. You might even see a faster shot called a takeout, which comes along and knocks another rock out. Minnesota and Wisconsin have a huge curling population. Our club, we have just under 300 members. You know, there's a club in Cedarburg, there's a club in Racine, and Kettle Moraines out in Heartland. So just in the Milwaukee Metro, you have 4 clubs. It's a great winter activity. It helps the winter go by quicker. And we have ages 8 through probably into their 80s at our club. You'll find probably lifelong friendships in the curling club as well.
I've always loved agriculture, my dad being a farmer. I was in FFA, I was in 4-H. I grew up here. I grew up with a lot of my classmates from high school are farmers, and I am fortunate enough to work in the area I grew up in, and I just really wanted to do right by them. And that was always my pact to this. Like I was gonna stay around here and help the farmers here. Hey goats, what are we up to today? Huh? There we go. Okay, now we gotta go. All right, well, farmer was a little bit concerned about this guy. A little bit of a cough. Just like you guys would, we look to see if they got snotty noses. That looks good. Nothing around the eyes. Ears are pretty healthy, not drooping more. Okay, then we want to make sure gums are a good color. That looks very healthy. You're doing a very good job, buddy. See if we can induce a cough or anything, but that seems good. We got to take a look at the inside, and we have to do that with a stethoscope. So listen to the lungs, make sure they're breathing easy. And then we can listen to the guts to make sure that they're moving. You want the guts moving somewhat, so they'll make like that when you're hungry sort of sound. But if that's really going a lot, then they might be getting a sign of diarrhea. But if nothing's moving at all, then we get a little worried that maybe they're constipated or not eating like they should. Hi. They can lose weight real fast if they get sick, so I'd rather the farmers call me out early than late. Are you going to be okay, Ernie? I think you will be. Go join your friends. You have to be creative. You're going to flip from different species. You're not going to have even like a computer resource or books at your disposal, and you're going to have to use your intuition about, well, I've treated this before, what's it like? I treat it as problem solving. I want my farmers to be a part of a team. I grew up on a farm. I've done all the same things they have. I want us to get together at the end, because really at the end of the day it matters is these guys and their health. Okay, guys. Other way, Rainbow. So this is Rainbow. Rainbow is a very special cow that I met when she was only 1 day old. She is now pregnant. I confirmed her pregnant a month ago, and today she's going to get a vaccine to keep her and her baby safe so they can be born in the spring. It's going to be just a tiny poke. Oh, there you go. Good job, girl. Way to be. That'll keep her healthy from like respiratory disease and anything that may cause that baby some harm. I have to know how to anesthetize these guys. I have to know how to do surgery. I have to know their heart, their respiratory, GI. I have to know vaccines for them. And not just them, but 7 other species. And that's just so cool when I sit and think about it. And I just love the challenge. And these guys get bigger than us very quickly. It's just understanding the animals, working with them at their pace. It's really knowing that these are big animals, they can hurt you, but they don't have to if you work around well with them and with your farmer. I do my job my way. I wear bright pink coveralls, and my farmers laughed at first, but they are like, you know, you be you. I have bright red dyed colored hair. I am not tall, but I just always tell women, go in and be you. Be your authentic you. Farmers appreciate someone who's authentic. By no means you have to look a certain way or be a certain person to do this job. If you care about their animals, they will not care down the road that you are a female veterinarian. Good job, buddy. I think you're gonna be okay. Huh?
Right now we have glow tubing going on. All the hill lights are turned off and we have neon glow lights.
Very fun, bumpy.
We have individual tubing lanes that you go down, and you can link up tubes with other friends or family members, and it's a blast.
It's really fast, and I don't know, I just like being with my family.
Just for some fun with the kids. Fun and exercise and enjoy the beautiful snow here. Super fun. Do you all like it? Yeah? It's nighttime. It's nice to be out at nighttime. It's kind of fun to do it all together.
If you can sit, you can tube like a pro, it's what we like to say. So it's great for all ages, family members.
We're all about the winter sports. It's Wisconsin. The winters will be long if you don't participate in some outdoor fun, so why not do some sledding and enjoy the weather and family fun?
If you think about it, it will be scary. If you don't think about it, it won't.
One clue that you can use to go out there and find a sugar maple. Go ahead.
When it's opposite.
So opposite what?
Opposite branches.
So everybody do that. Opposite branching. And you have to look up to find that. But yeah, opposite.
To see more of our short stories, check us out on Facebook and Instagram or MilwaukeePBS.org.
The evaporator system is a two-stage system. The first stage gets rid of about 70–75% of the water before sugar, and then our final stage here takes it to the syrup level.
We have our wheelchair basketball practice for Wisconsin Adaptive Sports Association.
I find it fun. I call it giant bumper cars.
We've got our youth team, our high school level.
Before I was disabled, I played baseball for a while, and I still wanted to play sports.
So in order to qualify for adaptive sports, you have to have some form of physical limitation, whether you're missing a leg through an amputation, or you've got a bum hip, bum knee, or like myself, I have a spinal cord injury. Some of the kids here were born with their disability.
This chair is different than like an everyday chair. An everyday chair goes straight, whereas you could kind of see the wheels are angled here. It's built for more aerodynamics. This doesn't have brakes. It's got like a wheel in the back so that you don't tip over. And then this is meant to go faster than your everyday wheelchair.
This game is the exact same as able-bodied basketball or stand-up basketball. There is no double dribble, but there's still a travel, so every 2 pushes on your wheels, you have to dribble or pass, otherwise if you take a third push, it's a travel.
Well, I was injured in 2020 in August, and it's connected me to the disability world and just shown me all the possibilities. It's pretty much helped me become stronger and more willing to be more adventurous.
Kick it out to Kat because she's going to be moving up. I know what having something affect your life in such a drastic way can do, and what this does for all the people that get to play, all the confidence it instills, the freedom that it feels, and just the camaraderie that to be a part of it is awesome.
I've met a bunch of new people and Paralympians and everything, and I've got to do stuff that I probably wouldn't be able to if this didn't happen.
What we have going on in Milwaukee, we've got a lot of cool programs where we encourage able-bodied people to come in and play with those with disabilities, and everybody gets to play on the same level playing field.
All the sports still have the basic of teamwork, of leadership, of just working together, and that it's not fundamentally different. Yeah, my goal, I would like to continue on to college playing basketball and possibly go to the Olympic level and professional level through that. It's gonna sound really cliche, but never give up. It really is it's a true sentiment, because if I would have given up the day I was told that I would have to be in a wheelchair, I would have just sat and wasted away, and now I'm involved in so many things.
To try and make it into the Paralympics, the wheelchair Paralympics for basketball or track. Don't think of it as, oh, I'm disabled or I have something like this and, you know, I can't do things that everybody else does. You can do the same things that anybody else does, just adapt it.
Ice boat racing is essentially the same as summer sailing. A boat like this will go 4 to 5 times the speed of the wind. So if it's blowing 20 miles an hour, you can be going over 100 miles an hour.
Am I out of the way?
You might want to slide down a little deeper.
Sure.
As you tighten that up, it takes camber out of the sail, which reduces the amount of drag, which increases your speed. And then you have foot pedals that you steer with. So it steers just like an airplane, where if you push right, the boat goes left. If you push left, the boat goes right. The speeds are fast, but like anything, you adjust quickly and get very comfortable with that. And once you understand that you can control the boat and get it to go faster or slower in any direction that you want it to go, then your confidence builds and you're good. But it's a little scary to start. It's a fickle sport. You know, we need to have, of course, ice that's thick enough. We need to have wind. We need to have time off of work. And all that has to line up, and, you know, little to no snow on the ice. The ice has to be reasonably smooth. So there are a lot of factors, but there's absolutely nothing like it when you get a chance to do it. It's such an amazing sport and so thrilling that it makes it all worthwhile. It's not hard to get into. Wisconsin is truly, and southern Wisconsin in particular, is really the epicenter of ice sailing. The conditions that we have with the lakes and the amount of snow and the temperature and the length of the sailing season makes southern Wisconsin among the best ice sailing areas in the world. We get a lot of, often, most years, a lot of good sailing time, and the community is very supportive, and there are lots of sailors.
That was great. Thank you so much for the trip. Well, we want to thank the Wauwatosa Curling Club for having us out today and teaching us all about the game of curling.
Yeah, and thank you for watching us. Should we give it a try?
Yeah, I think we should. What do you think? Loser buys a cup of coffee?
Judging by that fan mail, I think that'll be you.